Okay, I have no idea who's going to watch this one tonight, guys, but hello. This is me trying to make up for amends after Friday night and the disaster that was Disruptive Labs GTE Championship broadcast. And also, this was something I thought was going to be worth. I'm experimenting with some stuff in the background. This is very much a casual broadcast in many respects. But hope you're looking forward to it all. Welcome to what's probably the first ever broadcast in forever of the Mountain Men 200 social series for the Genuine Sim Racing Club. The first week of the season, so it's the first time this one's been run here, of course, for the next 10 weeks. We've got quite a few things to get through really quickly here tonight and prepare for the racing action, which is coming up in just a couple of minutes. My name is Daniel Yeaman. I'll be your host and producer for tonight. We may have people who will come and join us during the show. We'll see. The door is technically open. I'm sitting in the GSRC Discord for the regular club members and all that jazz. And so you'll know where you can come and find me if you so choose. And as you can see there, floating around in the background, we do have the Bathurst Mount Panorama Circuit, which will be the same track every time for all 10 weeks. So we'll jump on in here to show you what's up at the mountain. A couple of hours, so it's 4 or so hours west of Sydney as you get into the Blue Mountains. Well, just there to the north of Bathurst proper, but starting to get into proper country territory. And well, what is there to say about this place that has not been said across the years? Opened in 1938 and originally constructed because it was a very convenient little thing to build with some public money at the time, and has since been ever so slightly refined into this wonderful racetrack that we know. In fact, the only modification to the circuit has been the introduction of the chase there to slow cars down and not fire into Murray's flat out. Now, there's one other thing I'd like to bring up about this circuit tonight, which may, if you don't know yet what's going on, a slight hint as to what you're about to experience. This circuit, even though it does not have it in the real life, does have iRacing coded into the circuit. And we have ourselves 2 zones. No surprises that it is on Mountain Straight and Conrod Straight. Detection point you can see there, just as you're already tipping in for Hell Corner, past the point where you're getting off the pit speed limit by comparison on the inside there, and the actual zone kicks off just after the merge from pit lane is complete. And take that all the way up to Griffiths Bend as far as you can. The second detection point on the exit of Forest Elbow, just after the outside wall ends. Activation begins just after the kink at turn 19, and then take it as far as you can down the straight into the chase. It should mean that we are going to see quite a bit of passing, I would think. So, car with DRS, chosen by random wheel spin last night during said GTE Championship broadcast. It is the Mercedes AMG W12. Absolute monster of a car, probably one of the fastest cars we'll ever see in the real world when it comes to racing outside of your bespoke weapons like Pikes Peak monsters and the like. Constructors' Championship winning car from 2021 driven by Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Lewis scoring 8 race wins, Valtteri 1, and just over 750 kilograms and packing about 770 kilowatts apparently of total power output. So you're got a lot under your right foot, of course, thanks to the fact we're talking the turbo hybrid era here of Formula One racing, of course. So the other thing here with the Mountain Men, a couple of basics. This is the standard format that we'll see across most of the races this season. Fixed setup, which for this car, incredibly, there is one for Bathurst, thanks to the fact this car has occasionally been used, or at least once got used in the iRacing Grand Prix Tour as an analogous track. The closest thing we have, if you can believe it, to Baku, which might sound a little crazy, but I understand there's method in the madness. They've just completed 1 hour of open qualifying, and there will be a 32-lap race here. So actually just technically shy of the 200k length. Need to make that 133 if we wanted to kick it off. But the main thing here tonight is that there'll be 2 competition cautions called at random. There's unlimited fast repairs. Get in, enjoy the racing, and see what you can make of it here. The other one is that tonight... interesting note, it was apparently going to try and do tire compound swaps, but series race admin Joe Ball wasn't able to get that one set up as he intended. So let's look through the qualifying results here, because they are starting to grid up for the race, and it's going to be Colin Nixon, fastest qualifying time here tonight, 0.03 of a second the difference between him and Sam Cullen in the front row. Leslie Reeves, Jamie Fleming are going to share row number 2 tonight, and then it'll be Jeff Adams and John Simpson for the third row to kick things off here. You can see our field spread is pretty extreme already. It's 4 seconds by the time we get to P7 for Joel and Hansen. Martin Davis there on that fourth row. David Uni, Rodney Gowan for row 5. And then we get into row 6 there with Josh Wino and Scott Jordison with the last couple of qualifying times in the books. Yep, and then we do have a couple more drivers here. Matt Schmidtke and Jackson Fischler join this race. Unfortunately for them, no queue times to see here just yet. So, waiting now on everyone to finish gridding up. The main thing we will do here is have a look at who's starting on what tyre compounds for a 32-lap race. You would think, and indeed see here, that soft tyre is pretty popular, to say the least. Not too shocking, all of that being considered here. So just a couple of drivers needing to jump on the grid before we can get this one underway. In fact, there we go. Gridding timer has expired. It's time for the racing to get ready to go. And for the first time this season, the Mountain Men are underway here in season 2026. So Nixon immediately defensive, but leaves the door 6 miles open. Cullen slides up the inside and will try to... No, Cullen's around on the exit of turn 1. Hell corner bites, and it bites quick. Unfortunately for Cullen, he goes to the very rear of the field there in that bright pink Mercedes as they rip up the hill for the first time here in racing conditions. Now, apologies as well. I'm going to be sorting out some stuff as we go here tonight. But please, anyone who is watching and maybe wants to give me some feedback, which would be helpful, I do appreciate that. Please bark up, and especially for my guys, I'm sure they're going to give me plenty of useful feedback. And by useful, I mean insulting. I can take it. Or, give me everything I can get my hands on here. So let's have a look at how things are going here across the top of the mountain. Leslie Reeves now looking to try and be the one to put the pressure on Nixon as we come down into the dipper for the first time in a car that really isn't made to handle the dipper. And it would appear that Nixon's going to do all right there by comparison as we'll come round for our sailboat and get our power onto Conrod Straight. We are going to have to ride on board at some point here as soon as we can, and we'll have a watch of these speeds for these drivers as, Scott Jordison slow. Has there been a bit of an issue back here? I think we might have gotten away without any issues, as we've got Cullen trying to get back through these guys here. Matt Schmidtke in behind as well, as they'll hit the chase in this pack for the first time. Actually, there we go. It's actually Jordison backing out. Maybe a small act of self-preservation. Fair enough. As they are passing by the slow-moving Rodney Gowan. We'll have another moment there to try and pick together as to what's happened in that opener. Cullen to the pit lane. Going to immediately fix the car up, it seems, unfortunately for him. And we can keep tabs on his pit stop there on the right-hand side of the screen just to see if it's a nice quick in-out fast spec. I mean, end of the day, with the competition cautions that'll be coming up during this race, there's no real disadvantage to pitting now early, even if it is a little shorter than you'd expect. So you can see there, Cullen, yep, short stop, maybe a tyre change in there as well, just for the sake of it. And he's back out and away. As, oh, dear me, Rodney Gowan, second time trouble for him in this one. And now sands a rear wing. That's going to be quite the handful across the top. Have to watch out for him here as he carefully picks his way back to the pits. That's certainly looking dicey, to say the least. All right, let's have a look here and see what else we've got for battles. Joel and Hansen here. Currently running in third place, but he's got company. Jamie Fleming there in P4, trying to keep the pressure up as we come to the end of lap 2. This should mean we get DRS activations here on the start of lap number 3. So we'll actually ride on board there with Fleming. See if we can pick this up here, folks. There we are. One green light. DRS, you're in the zone. Oh, you're behind. In the zone and activated. Let's watch here. Top speed for Jamie Fleming. Make the run. Kicks 8th, and there's the draft for you folks. Up inside. Oh, he can't get there though. Committer from Hansen protects the position for now. The game is on. as Gowan gets the car back to the pit lane. Checks off that box nicely. Even if it's a... Look at this here. Pin, flat, 7th gear. Not braking until we're over the top of the crest skyline. The commitment is definitely bold, to say the least, but this is a kind of thing that, not for the faint of heart. Get your power on early. There you go, in the zone, of course, for DRS. Down Conrad, activation nice and early. Open goes the wing. Let's watch for the top speed here for Fleming. In the draft, a long way down the stretch. Going to pass by 200 miles an hour there, 322 kph. And he, oh, did I see a wiggle there as he kept the flap open through the chase? Gets the spot though, thanks to it, and he's on his way in 3rd place. There's Connor Nixon going to keep resetting the fastest lap markers. Josh Swino slow. Josh Swino is damaged. Oh dear, the club president has found trouble, and he will be the first driver to actually need to pit from a meatball flag, unlike what we've seen so far from other drivers getting themselves in the sticks, but otherwise surviving. So let's go through a couple of those. Oh, and apparently he's just cocked up pit entry as well. Oh dear, Josh deciding he's going to make himself a triple trouble for himself all around. Let's go have a couple of replays here, folks. Try and pick this one out. Sam Cullen is up the inside. And yeah, just on the power. Car goes, that's not for me. No, thank you. And that does him around there. All right, I'll go another replay here. Rodney Golan, lap 2. Big swing and a miss for Rodney. Apologies there, you can see that's not how it's meant to be. We've trying some new stuff but copied over an old display which didn't help things. And then Josh Swino, the meatball flag for him has happened because, oh, power on. Out of the chase, and car said no. And that is your 3 replays of the race so far. Back here with Golan. Currently sitting in 10th place as he tries to commit, and he still hits the fence down the S's. He's pushing. Despite the issues there, but we'll come back to him later to see their battle on circuit. Jeff Adams, Martin Davis, the wing wide open for Davis there. You can see the trails here on the W12s off the rear wing, the vortex trails. Looks fascinating here. You can see them pick up to speed and come up for us as they come past the cameras. Jamie Fleming, Joel and Hanson, trouble for the 2 of them at some point in this one. Watch this battle here. It's currently the only one on track. We will get to the Hanson and Fleming incident. Makes sense of how that's happened. Oh, more tyre smoke. Pardon me, I'm just in the middle of Some adjustments here to show those replays with details a little more like what we'd probably expect, I'm sure. That should hopefully allow us to do some stuff there with the replays as we continue to watch here. These two drivers in, Adams and Reeves, now up to third place. Martin Davis back in fourth as they race on down the mountain. And still got all 12 drivers who've started this race circulating at the moment. It is a fraction lonely, it seems, these drivers. In fact, currently, Connor Nixon leads the field with a 19-second gap. So he'll be reeled in, I'm sure, in due course. Let's have a look at Joel Hansen and Jeremy Fleming. Lap 4 of this race. What has come unstuck for the two of them? Oh, at the cutting, wide, and then Fleming drives in deep. And then, oh, Jeff Adams sneaks through, as did Martin Davis. And then Leslie Reeves actually, gets a tag as he tries to get on through there as well. And then we want to have a look at, on lap 6, must have been an error at some point, because that's how they all grouped up at this point, and then pass with DRS. Although you can see here, had to do it by going in a long way, and a bit of cooperation as well there from Martin Davis to get that one done. Car stopped. Scott Jordanson going to join the party there, and David Uni as well. His own trouble, back in the pits immediately with that one, and it looks like he's joined by Josh Lino too. It's not been a good day for a lot of these guys, it seems, unfortunately. Tricky car at the best of times, even with all the grip and running these soft compound tyres. Trying to have a chance. Part of that will be the fact that it's not super necessarily grip. Well, it's sort of in a happy-ish place, but there you go, 20+ km/h winds to the southeast. We'll be giving these drivers something to worry about as Rodney Golan's going to join the Meatball gang. It's unfortunately really ticking up fast now, as Martin Davis is limping into the pit lane. And Jordanson, it's now 4 drivers with mechanical black flag, and yeah, no surprises there. He's actually going to get that car out of the way before anything more drastic happens. Leslie Reeves to second place with the DRS up Mountain Straight to get on past Jeff Adams there. And full commitment on the approach to the cutting here. 22 seconds the gap to Connor Nixon at the moment in this one, as we are on lap 8. So we get to see we're already at 1/4 distance, so we are going to smash this one out a fair bit faster than most of the other mountain men races that we normally see. Oh, yes, Martin Davis is actually towed. Yes, towed in the pits, or towed to the pits, and that's there, as you can see on the tower. And unfortunately, only 7 cars circulating at the moment, whilst everyone else is still in there and in the pits. Pole time, Mr. Baldwin. Let's actually bring that up on screen. It's actually Connor Nixon to the pit lane. I don't think there's any reason for it. In fact, let's actually see. Can we bring up his qualifying time as the pole position driver? Lovely if I could get it here. No, I'm going to have to bring it up on the screen for you physically. And a bit of a shame, because I would have. It's all right. We can throw his qualifying results back up on screen. So this is what we were looking at in qualifying. So whole time for Nixon, 1:31.341. Cullen, 31.372. Reeves, 31.32. That does not make any sense. 32, sorry, we're actually in the next second back. I should really pay attention to the numbers below the positions. So you can see a top 2, nothing in it. Leslie Reeves, Jeremy Fleming, pretty evenly matched on pace 2, but about a second off. Then another second back to Jeff Adams, another second back to John Simpson, and Joel Hansen, Martin Davis, inside the 4-second-ish bracket. Uni, go on as you tick outside 5 seconds of the top 10, and Zwino Jordanson a bit further down off the pace. The last two drivers set times with Matt Schmicke and Jackson Fischler in the qualifying session, but only Schmicke started the race of those two there. So let's say things as there we go. First competition caution is going to be scrambled here on lap number 9. And Connor Nixon is going to get stuck in behind Jeff Adams. As you can see, he's actually made a bit of a move here. Get onto the soft tyre compound now. Or medium tyre compound now, sorry. So he's decided 8 laps. Softs are done. He's now going to try and run a set of mediums, I would suspect, majority of the way through this race. If you look after the tyres a little bit, a medium set should go a long way. But of course, being iRacing caution, pits are closed. And won't be allowed to come in until the pace car is out, picked up the leader, and then done a full circle of the lap. As there you go, Barney and his twin on the yellow flags there on the start-finish stretch. As Leslie Reeves will inherit the current race lead and pick things up. And yeah, just a case of if anyone who's either racing tonight or isn't and wants to come and say hello, I am sitting in there, the GSRC Discord. You're welcome to jump in the green room, and we can. If there's anything about the race you want to pick up on and talk about, feel free to get in and join me for such a conversation. It's entirely up to you if you'd rather or rather not. All right, so we'll pick up. Yes, unfortunately, a couple of drivers in the pits. Fischler did not start the race, so we can take him out. Martin Davis is the last car. John Simpson also didn't take the start by I think. So he's the only car in the pits currently who's Martin Davis, and he's there because he towed. So been a while for him there, unfortunately. So yeah, the great collation begins. I'll have a look at this here real quick for who's pitted and when. See that for Leslie Reeves, Jeff Adams. They have not pitted yet in this race, so they are sort of looking to go a little longer, it seems, before they'll take a stop. Because the other thing is, of course, with these cautions, the way they work, it is advantageous track position-wise, of course. You want to get your pit stop done under green flag conditions because you'll be allowed to catch the train up and then get free position passes under yellow the other way as a result. So there is that to keep in mind with all things stratagem. Of course, it's not super essential here. We're not really meant to be getting all that deep into strategy per se, as we are going to get some wave runs at this point in time. Hopefully, we may just want to wait till we get down out of the elbow prop up to do it. That'll allow us to get this restart on. Not this time, end of this lap, but maybe next lap around. Once here, David Uni has just been released. To see if we can get a few more of our drivers who are on circuit and entitled to wave runs, such as Josh Wino gets released, Rob McGowan has been released. There we go. Next car in the train, although not in the train, you can see Scott Jordison is here on his lonesome. I'm going to bring up, I'd say the track map. I need to get that too. Put everyone on a circuit. There we go. You can now see the representation of everyone as they circulate around the track at this point in time. Also on circuit currently. David, you said that he's the first driver away for round, and he's now down from two laps down to 1 lap down. And then, oh no, Rodney, oh no, not under caution. Oh, keep it off the fence. Oh, he finds the fence with the rear wing as well. Is it bulletproof? Oh no, Scott Jordison. Oh no. Also under caution. Scott, what have you done? Name and shame moment coming right up. This one here. Oh no, oh dear, no. Big issues for Jordison. Oh, off the road to the left. Buck to the right. Sayonara as Leslie Reeves hits the pit lane and has also just picked up a black flag. Have you gone speeding on pit entry? As most of the field who hadn't pit yet comes in. So Nixon will re-inherit the race lead. Wait to see who'll be the first off the lane of those. It should be, well, sorry, it won't be Reeves because of that penalty. We'll go back, we'll try and watch that if we can. Won't be able to wrap. Oh! Watching here, Sam Cullen hammer the pedal down. And that went nasty. You're on colder tyres again here with that one, mate. Got to be careful of that. All right. Leslie Reeves. Black flag, but why? Yeah, passing the pace car was probably not recommended. I can say with some confidence. Did he get followed in at pace? Just going to do a quick rerun. This is not... yeah, got the speed down fine, but it's purely the fact that he blazed on by the... yeah, blazed on by the pace car. So a bit of an oopsie there in terms of how to get around. Or run iRacing procedure, that is, I should say. That's come unstuck there a little bit. Light's still on the pace car, so we're going to have at least one more lap after this. So this is going to be get a restart into lap 12 for this one. So it's been a 3-lap caution process for this one here. As an aside, for anyone who's still watching and can give me some feedback, I am streaming in 4K if it's all going correct to plan on YouTube tonight. So if there's any comments that for those who can access the 4K stream quality, if that is indeed working as I had hoped, would actually be curious to know what you guys think of that. I'll certainly, of course, have a watch back myself. It's a bit of a testing and experimentation for me here tonight. Ah, there we go. I've had an update from Race Control. We will be going green at the end of this lap, so we will not drag this out any longer. We must, absolutely must. Jordan looks like he's going to just get a tow done. And if car fix, he is rolling. So we've got 9 cars on the lead lap in the train. David Uni's in that train as well. Jordan going to roll out now. He's got some time to get the tyres up to temp. He won't catch the train. That's just not going to happen, even in a Mercedes F1 car, whilst the train's doing 80 k's an hour. So as long as he just gets around, builds the car in now on a set of mediums, into here. Tyre warming is most definitely happening here, as we're going to be in the hands of Connor Nixon for this race restart in a couple moments' time. Question is, if you're Connor Nixon, you're on a set of mediums, they might have cooled off here a little bit. Do you go early? Do you go late? You can already see he's starting to back the field up a fraction. But creeps up over the pace car speed. He's going to close that gap down to the pace car, so he won't be able to jump early here until he gets the call that the pace car is most definitely on pit lane. As we'll see, we'll peel off now. We'll have to wait a little bit before he can choose to make the jump. Now go into the last corner, so there we go. The game is on. Restart is given. Oh, Matt Schmicke in pit lane. I think he might have passed. Oh, he's passed someone on the inside, I reckon. If it wasn't for speeding, I think he's made a small mistake and he's passed somebody in the safety car queue there. Yeah, as a result of that. So, mistake there from Schmicke, but the racing is on here mid-pack. Cullen, Hansen, Reeves sort themselves out here as they get this restart underway. Zuino going, oh no, we've got cars stopped, we've got cars damaged, and once again it is Josh Zuino and David Uni's just towed. Several cars have tripped up and over themselves in this process. Yeah, Reeves there with a damaged front wing. Jordan, all of this, not going to be too far behind them. Now, I'm still got to catch up a bunch to get there, yes. But we'll worry about that later. Oh, as Cullen stopped. And towed. Oh, and the front's gone. Absolute bloodbath on the restart. Cold tyres are biting. It's Jamie Fleming making the run on Nixon here in the draft. No DRS on the restart lap. But Fleming to the inside. Doesn't get there on the brakes. Nixon really going in deep there to maintain the corner speed. And that's worked for him so far. And Schmidtke has had trouble and now has to fix the car. Front end is slightly bent and dented, but surprisingly not super messed up. All right, up the hill we go. Fleming, do you have DRS or are you just waiting? No, DRS is still inactive. So, once again, old rules. Two-lap activation window here is a bit of understeer on the exit for Fleming that couldn't put the power down out of Griffins. He's coming to the gate. Nixon fires the fence, hit the wall. For the man who's been untouchable this race, he chokes at the first sign of pressure. And it's a meatball despite what the damage looking somewhat minor. So he will be taking a slow stroll back to the pit lane with that. I'm going to try and make it quick, but he's in no real position to be able to negotiate that one at any pace. Not at risk of picking up more damage on the way down. And Sam Cullen has called it quits tonight. It's unfortunate, but perhaps not to be completely unexpected with the madness that has been for this one here. Schmidtke ready to roll. In a second. So Nixon to the pit lane to fix the car. Jamie Fleming now leads by 6.9 seconds as a result of this. You've got less than a second between Jeff Adams and Joel Hansen. So we'll watch out to see. Here we go. There's a... Pardon me whilst I'm making some adjustments in the background. So that once we come back from a replay, let's actually go have another look at that incident for Colin Nixon perhaps. Just to see, it wasn't much of a hit, but just enough. In deep, actually a decent cloud of the fence, who am I kidding? Actually bends the steering pretty good and proper. So that's how we end up with a car that is no bueno. And tries to fight this thing back to the pit lane. Handful at the best. Right. Real racing back on track. Jeff Adams, Joel Hansen a second behind. Car in front is lap traffic. So not going to be consequential to this whole situation. Outside of giving Jeff Adams, mind you, the DRS up the mountain straight to help keep that gap at around the 1 second mark. So yeah, does Jeff know he's got DRS? Yep, there you go, gets on it. Shift to gears, Jeff, shift to gears. Got the lights up, you do not need to rev the crap out of this thing. Keep shifting, Jeff, you're in shift for 8th. The rev lights are a guide. With the exception of in some circuits, you hang on to 7th, and then you actually get apparently better ERS regeneration because with more engine revs, it can divert power through the MGUH and the for recovery. Gap down to half a second as a result of that. This car in between them is Mr. Matt Schmidtke, the man who stepped in as part of committee racing tonight to throw the caution, and he throws it again. All right, the two cautions are run and done by the halfway mark of the race, so we are going to get a more extended run to finish this one off tonight. as we are just clocking past the halfway mark of the race as well, time-wise. Yeah. So, what's the time in terms of, because laps, see here, well, time-wise, we've actually got a 2-hour session booked for this. But here we are, ending lap 15. Despite a second caution, we'll get to into lap 16 with something in the order of just hour and 28, hour and 27 minutes to go, not even. All right. Slow the cars back down, cool the tyres off. Who's going to come in for another set of rubber? Who's going to try and stretch their tyres through the end of this race? Let's have a look again at when the drivers. So Jamie Fleming is probably on for a pit stop now to get another set of softs probably on based on that. Jeff Adams pitted on lap 11 to mediums. I suspect he's probably going to look to try and hang on to it. Joel Hansen, another driver like Fleming, who pitted on that early crash. As Matt Schmicke has immediately waved himself around. That's what he's doing there. Okay, so he's releasing himself now. Scott Jordison is the only car a lap down currently. He's not in the train. David Uni released to get back to 1 lap down at this point in time. So through here we go. On our happy way. Oh no, David. Don't clout the fence on your wave around lap. That's counterproductive. And I think that's a handful. Get these guys to shift earlier, fellas. The rev lights are your guide. If it's lit up blue, get on the gearbox. That's it. There we go. Maybe here in 7th you rev it out a bit. That's what we want to see. Get up the gears on these things. Righto, so there's your lead lap cars. Fleming, Adams, Hansen, Golan, Reeves, Nixon, and Zuino. Unfortunately, the joys of Mercedes AMG W12 and W13 and other cars like it, we did not get painting rights to these things. So as you can see, of course, it's a little difficult at times to know who's who if you're not looking closely. In case of, say, Josh Zuino here has ditched the Mercedes AMG factory paint, so that does kind of help a lot because we're looking for a slate grey car there versus the sea of Bottas and Hamilton impersonators on track tonight. Jeff Adams is also conveniently bright, solid red. So for that, I am grateful because that's another point of difference we get to appreciate there. You can see here red engine fins and a lot of blue shark fins. Fleming shark fins blue. Hansen, Golan, we've got blue shark fins, I believe. Nixon went for the grey shark fin, but I would actually argue it's not particularly, not actually doing us a lot of good. Just bring up one thing again with the focus. Let's double check something with spacing. Ah, yes. Okay, I did thought I see that. So let's just make an adjustment to this one. Turns out when you set things up for the first time, it's this whole fun little game of, oh, where do I actually need to put everything? And the answer is we want to put that. unfortunately, it's not super convenient. The sizing is all a bit restricted, so we'll just get rid of that now that we're partway through this race. So, here's where we stand on the racing so far. First driver to take a pit stop, Leslie Reeves. Gets old tyres off the car, but there you go. Jamie Fleming and Joel Hansen, neither of them, despite being on tyres from lap 5, have opted the pit. 2 takers of the pit lane. Ronnie Gowan here, dropping out of his more front-running spot, and Leslie Reeves. So quick 4-second stops to get the tyres changed over. A little longer for Gowan there. That was just maybe slightly misaligned in the pit box, perhaps, or something else being done on the car whilst he stopped. Sure. So that might be one to make sense of in the later stages of this one. All right, Jamie Fleming's turn to take him to the restart. Here, end of lap 17. It will be 15 laps of racing to come here, and at minute 30s, that means it won't be too much actual racing elapsing here. Of course, that's still a solid 90 kilometres odd, over 90 kilometres of track running here to go in this race to finish up the night. So keep that one in mind. You might also hijack into the dangerous yards, but I might need to flag that with someone beforehand so they know that what I might be doing, so they don't say they're happy with that or not. All of that fun stuff. And again, this is my personal channel. I don't really give 2 hoots about what's actually going up on it all. Might try and grab some of my guys. Obviously, Connor Nixon driving tonight, but maybe someone else watching. Maybe they can comment something on that as well. That, or we'll just take the post-race discussion over there at the end. Who is that behind Zwino? Who was that? Batch Mickey deciding he was just going to do something a little naughty there, trying to warm the tyres up and nearly put himself in somebody's fence. All right, 15 to go. Pace car about to peel left. Thank you, Fred. Take it away. Now, Leslie Reeves is not the one in control this time after he unfortunately botched the pit stop time. Fleming waiting. Oh, actually gets a helping hand from Jeff Adams. Wasn't ready. And Jeff Adams! Oh, hang on to it, Jeff. To the back of the order on the medium tyres that are cooled off to ice temperatures, apparently. Zwino, oh, Hansen's gone. Joel and Hansen around. And in the dirt. And then, oh, gas too early. As get towards the front of it here. Josh Zwino, oh, who's around there? Someone's gone. Rodney Gowan. Oh, cars dropping like flies. Oh, middle of the circuit. Oh, in the background. Joel and Hansen's getting a rude awakening there. Schmicke passes Zwino over the top. Oh, Zwino, no. Josh, not again. And in fact, it's so bad he's out of there immediately. Oh, dear. There's been the war of many wounds. The race of many wounds. Boy, oh boy. What a disaster this one has been. There's a bit of a comment from Jeff. He wasn't impressed by that from Jamie, but if anything, that was just, he waited. We might, I'll go back and I'll check that, but I don't, from the outboard shots here from the TV side, didn't look like he was going fast and slowing down. As Connor Nixon has rounded him up in the draft, although doesn't have ERS, he's actually recharging into Murray's. Maybe burned it all down Conrod. with no DRS. Either way, it will swing around. Go back to the race leader here at the start of lap number 19:32. We pitch the cars into Hell Corner here for our top two. No DRS again yet. Have to wait until lap 20 for that to reactivate. Comparison here on speeds. You can see Connor Nixon's speed there in the top left of the tower. We're right on board with both revs and speed for Jamie Fleming here in the centre bottom of the screen. As we run up the hill through Reed and Sewell Parks. We come to McPhilmy, of course, here across the top. Commitment. Try and get this car through here. You can see apex is kind of optional because we're just stuck to the floor. Car still sort of sticks. Front tyre not touching the ground on the apex at Forest Elbow. It's not really able to help us do much. And then you've got to just get off the brakes enough so that it rolls. And there you go. This is what I was saying here. Fleming actually goes back to 7th for a moment because get over that crest there, and maybe also just a bit of. Obviously on board we can't see it from his car, but maybe his car doing a bit of ERS harvesting. To try and get some battery back into it. And you can see there, look at that there for Nixon. Car's actually still showing the harvesting lights. I wonder, is he got to accidentally stuck it? Is he? Let's watch Nixon's car ahead. Because those are accurate. There's Fleming, nearly runs it in deep. So no, actually, so you can see it's deploying. No flash visible now. Actually, we're going to lose him over the crest here for a second. I think that's doing a bit of recharge. But forgive me, it's starting to become a little bit small from these camera angles from on board. All right, so there's your top two. They've run away. Adams and Schmicke, medium shod runners, 3rd and 4th here at the moment. They'll climb the hill here. Maybe in a couple of laps we'll start trying to get some idea on pace, metrics, and the like. To let this race sort of settle into a rhythm again for this finishing stint. It's over the top. Full commitment from the two of them. Oh, Schmippy there. Maybe a little deep through the S's. Right up against the apex wall, the dipper on entry. Whereas Adams a little bit more controlled, it seemed, from, by comparison, had a wider entry at least. It's all right, DRS is on. Matt Schmicke, what have you got for us? Holding it in 7th, grab 8th man. Thank you. Floor scrape. That's such a tiny turn in these cars that he's able to, easy flat with the DRS all the way down to the end of the chase, but then he's up on the curb. He's revving it out. Up the gears, Matt, come on. More. Anyways, up the inside of Adams into Hell Corner. Pass is made. But now, actually, who's got DRS in this situation? Adams was behind. So Adams now gets the returner serve. As the big old flap opens, I think it means we're on a fairly high downforce. Actually shuts it back down. Shuts the DRS flap early. Does Jeff Adams. Is going to stay behind across the top. Let Schmicke do the heavy work. And we'll see what he can make of it on the other side. But at this rate, Schmicke is looking to make a run for it. 1.2 seconds clear already on entry of the cutting. Can he get that back up over the top? It's a wait and see. Also having to recharge the battery here. Not a bad place to do it where you're pinned flat. It's not necessarily it's not a speed section you got to worry about. There's Jolan Hansen back behind Rodney Golan. Hopefully nothing much to it. Jamie Fleming also slow on circuit apparently. But still in 2nd place. He's just now 7.5 seconds behind. Okay there for this car. Looks like it. Just dropping back. As we'll go back to Schmicke and Adams, our closest battle on circuit. Oh, 2nd is almost made, but no, little bit too deep. All the way up to 0.995. think you'll get it clear here. Yeah, over a second as they come through. The first corner there at Hell. So no DRS for Jeff Adams to get the free boost up towards Griffin's Bend. So that might give Schmicky a chance to run away some more, as long as he doesn't overdrive it here through the cutting, for example. And that's certainly the key thing that needs to be worried about here at this present point in time. Sounds like it's working pretty well. As we'll come up to the bottom of the S's. But again, Schmicky deep, and in just a moment of looking away, as we've made our way across the top, Adams is there again. So it's back on for young and old as they work their way down the hill once more. Adams, DRS is wide open. This should be a slam dunk pass. This is going to be a slam dunk pass, of course. One of the longer DRS zones permitted. And as a result, you look at that there. There's no gaps up to 0.7 of a second by the time we even get back to the chase. It's kind of ludicrous. Probably need to pull that DRS zone at least 200 meters down Conroy, to 300 meters maybe even. Let the natural draft do some work, and then you can flap the flap openers. Oh, slow car ahead. It's Jamie Fleming in the fence. And a fall back to 4th place, and so now that battle is for the runner-up position here. 10 laps to go. Does the calculus change? No, Adams again slams the DRS shut early. Gonna let Schmicky do the leading across the top. Cars do the talking as well. Flipper here is, on this particular occasion, Matt has found a good turn of speed across the top. He will deny Jeff Adams the DRS down Conrod, so no free passing by here on this occasion. We'll update on how the field's going. Unfortunately, our numbers are thinning out. You can see there Connor Nixon rounds Murray's corner, already on the start-finish stretch. 16 seconds clear. He's also starting to pump out fastest lap after fastest lap. He doesn't shred the tyres into death. Given that he last stopped again. Back on that 14. We can manage the tyres a little bit here. We'll be in good hands. There's a gap up to 2.2 seconds now between Adams and Schmicky, so maybe a little bit of ruffled feathers and all that. So these three guys here, Schmicky, Adams, and Jamie Fleming, are three closest on circuit. The next car behind Jamie Fleming has to go back there to Rodney Golan in the 316. It's just coming across the start from the stretch now, and that's not normal. Leslie Reeves is also had a moment on his own at the chase. He's going to pull it to the pit lane. Oh, goodness. It has been a war of wounds. Oh, Schmicky, no. Matt Schmicky, no. He rips the front wing off of his W12. Right. Replay time. Starting with Fleming a lap ago. How did he come unstuck into Hell Corner? Watch too deep and then locks the rears trying to stop the car. Kisses the fence. Might have got away with that. David Uni was riding in amongst the lead lap cars. He's coming to Murray's corner. Hey, all right, that's a little atypical. And Rodney Golan did almost a similar thing at the same spot. And the Leslie Reeves' incident separately at the chase. And you see there's been another incident for Rodney Golan. He's picked up a mechanical backpack. Oh, just a little bit too much arse to the car. Leslie locks it up and stops himself from crashing. Time loss is done. Oh, Rodney Golan. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I think he's actually may have just kept it off the wall in that second half of the hit. Let's go back one more time, look at this on board. Full commitment across the top. Just too committed and didn't steer anywhere near enough. Right front is gone, and there is a brush to the wall, but yeah, by that point, and yeah, it's not turning right, or left, sorry, at that point there. As a limp home drive to the pits for Rodney Gowan. That Schmicky as well on this lap to the pit lane. All right, back on track. Who survives? Now, the apparent question of the night. Not who's going to do necessarily super duper well. The RS open for Fleming in the background there. Race down the stretch of Conrod into the chase actual. The gap shrinks down in half a second, thereabouts. Fleming on a mission perhaps to try and recover this one here. Oh, Jeff Adams around, once, twice it goes. Locking it up too much at the rear axle. Still third place is Jeff. He's just now in a bit more of a lonely third place than I'm sure he previously was hoping for. Get that car out of hell corner and carry on. We have a battle potentially brewing here. Sixth place, Joel Hansen, Leslie Reeves. See if they can go at it. Let's have a look at this here. Unfortunately, a couple of back and forth dramas. How about that there, the swing? Joel Hansen has an absolute shocker on 23. Does a 2:04.9. GT3 spec pace. Leslie Reeves picks up 14 seconds on him in the process. But then immediately the next lap back, not amazing from Joel in a 1:46.3. It's a 14-second swing back the other way, nullifying any of the changes made. Previous 2 laps, Joel over gasses it. And he's in the gravel on the exit of the chase, having to gather that one back up. Avoids any fences, which is good to see, I guess. Let's call that there. The way how you spook the car out in that process there, so bit of a whoopsie. And with that, we have lost all of our battle packs because this doesn't count as a battle pack, although they are technically lined up nose to tail in the pits. So gonna have to ignore that one for now. Closest 2 cars, Rodney Gowan and Leslie Reeves. This stage of the race is David Uni and fix the car, get back out there. Across the top we go. Again, the commitment. How much can you get that car pointed where it needs to be? I want to really open the exit to the elbow. Stick the foot down. Reeves, though, is starting to catch. So that may be of concern. There's the gap visually shown there. 2.9 seconds between them as we head down towards Murray's corner to start lap 28 for these 2 drivers. Oh, pardon me, sorry, no. Race leader Nixon has started lap 27 now. These guys are coming to start that 27th lap. They are... How far behind now? Let's just do a quick switch. Nearly a full lap. There is your race leader starting lap 28. So, go on, Reeves. Last 2 cars in the lead lap. They might engage in battle soon. They may also have the race leader to worry about in the very near future as well. I am going to take a moment here to pause on the mobiles, folks. I might just let some of the driving do the talking. We're right on board with our race leader, Connor Nixon, for a lap at Mount Panorama Circuit or so. right around with Nixon for a bit there, but here you go. He's caught Reeves and Golan both have closed up to nothing together. So I have to give Connor a bit of a talking to as well about the fact that you do have gears, can use them. He seems to have also got a bit of the flavour of, I'm just going to hold the gear for an insane amount of time. Now, Connor, it's 3 laps to... Oh, you absolute clown. What are you doing? Well, that car's broken. And it's another choke. Except this time, there was no one around to actually apply the pressure, except himself. Meatballs the car. Nixon might just lose this race. We have to come into the pits fairly promptly. Maybe slap a fresh set of softs on it and hope that he can catch up, as I think this is when his engine has just actually popped in the pit lane. As go on, defensive from Reeves. Nope, slow. Gonna let that one go. All right, 3 laps to go. This race has become a little interesting in the form of Jamie Fleming. See on the track map, entering the chase now. I think Nixon, therefore, will still come out in the lead, so he's probably got time to even change the tyres on the thing. He's looking at an overdrive it whilst warming the tyres back up. Yep, car goes up. So yeah, fresh set of soft tyres. Just do not throw it away like a klutz. There you go. Pit stop was covered with about 4 seconds to spare. 3 seconds to spare, actually. So, 3 laps to go. Just needs to give it a lap here. Let the car come back to him. There's Jordison. Yep, same thing. Engine has finally gone kaput. Back to Reeves and go on. DRS in full effect for Rodney. Closing up now. And to the inside. Look, but he doesn't get there. Stays in P6. As these guys, they're completing lap 29. They've still got to get to 3 to go, because of course they were nearly a full lap down. Oh, God, Rodney, no! Rodney going backwards through the exit of the chase. Kisses the tyre bundle, but I think he's escaped most of the fences. With that, our last battle for position has just gone, potentially, to its final conclusion. Four seconds between him. Actually, John Hansen behind him. Cat, who's now 4 seconds behind. He's gone. Has lost about 10 seconds. 13 seconds. In all of that there. 2 to go now for your race leader, Connor Nixon. Just needs to not throw this one away. Battery recharging pretty early down the straights, it seems, for him. I wonder if he's being a little aggressive with his energy deployment, and so it's having to catch up and try and recover. His charge stalls. So he works his way up and over the hill. Yep. On the harvest across the top. No better place to do it. No. Few circuits have got a spot like that because you're unlikely to be under threat. These are big cars. The chances of someone trying to make a pass stick is very slim. So please engage the regen and the MGUH for all I care. Get back your energy that way. Let's watch here down Connor if we get a nice shot like that. Up until that point, no. Still going to get that shot. Get that angle there, you can see he's on the recharge. All right. This time, Barney will have a white flag waiting for Mr. Connor Nixon. Gap is back up to 8.7 seconds race lead. He can still obviously lose this. One final circuit to go as Schmidtke's engine... Nope, Schmidtke has crashed. I'll check this out here real quick. Up into the cuttings. It's going to be, oh, lose the rear. Over the hump. Oh, and it just didn't stick. And so it gets loose on him and front end. What front end? Unfortunately for Mr. Matchmickey, that is day done. Because he won't be able to get back out in time here for the end of this race. Across the top for Connor Nixon. Oh, Leslie Reeves joins the meatball gang. He won't need to serve it if he wants to try and limp this one around. Will he be able to get there, though? Speed in the car. On to Conrad, straight for Nixon for the final time. Just 2 braking zones left to negotiate. In one flat-out corner. He's decided to do this the difficult way tonight with a couple of spills in the fence. Reeves will hit the box. Try and fix the car. He might actually... Well, no, he's across the line, so he will get to start the final lap and race the final lap. Golan, though, is going to pass him here in the pit lane. Oh, no, sorry, Joel Hansen passes Roddy Golan, who spins out. So, there are 4 cars still running. Fleming, Adams, Hansen, Reeves. They all still get to race this one to the finish. Jamie Fleming will get home 2nd place there tonight. Jeff Adams will get the 3rd place. Here's Hansen. And here's Reeves. This is our remaining field. Everyone else coming across the line here. Rodney Golan joins Connor Nixon for some solitary burnouts. And there's the rest of the field, unfortunately, dead in the pits. Jeff Adams completes the podium there in 3rd place. Now it's a matter of Hansen and Reeves, the last 2 drivers. Oh, Hansen nearly slaps the fence. In fact, I think he might have done so. Okay. Didn't quite think it was going to happen, but we've got a battle for the lead here. A battle for position, sorry. And close this one off here. 4th and 5th. Hansen and Reeves is now going to get the DRS down, Corin. It should be a done deal to finish this race off here. Very last exchange of position. Yeah, DRS wide open. Joel Hansen will try and cut back for some extra draft and perhaps a late lunge. Oh, no. He's going to experiment here, I guess. Double cut across the chase. And they contact and tangle. And at the end, it won't make a difference because Reeves will go back past him and finish that off for us there. Well, there we have it, folks. Slightly dramatic scenes there to finish things off tonight. But the race is won and done at the end of it all there. 32 laps. Those are your results here from this first week of the Mountain Men in season 2026A. It's going to be 12.4 seconds for Connor Nixon over Jamie Fleming. Jeff Adams there, another back 29 seconds behind Nixon. Then Spencer Reeves and Joel Hansen there, going all the way to the end. Over a full green flag lap speed behind. And 1 lap down each for Rodney Golan on that Schmicky. Schmicky, the first of the cars in the pits. Uni eventually retiring there. 3 laps down. Jordan Zuino just cracking the halfway mark before unfortunately calling it quits tonight. Sam Cohen, a very early retirement. And then Martin Davis pretty much out almost from the get-go. John Simpson, Jackson Fisher, no start from them tonight. And so that is about that. Well, if there's any of the guys watching along tonight who are still in the Discord, they're welcome to come and see me. Again, sitting in the GSRC broadcast channel. And I'll happily drag anyone in from the green room if you so desire. I'm looking at you, Connor Nixon. Given the, obviously, some bonus access to you there, of course. And a reminder again, the qualifying results from earlier on were pretty close. As I said, between Connor Nixon and Sam Cohen, that was sort of a what could have been there by the looks of things. Reeves and Fleming looked like the pairing we would have seen at the end of that race based on pace. And Adams looks to be was comfortable in 5th. And then you look at here, John Simpson, unfortunately, the seed didn't race because he looks like he would have been a potential top 5 contender Hansen, Davis, Uni, and Golan at a 10. And then Zuino, Jordison, your last two drivers to qualify. Schmicky did start. Bichlet did not. So I'm going to see if I can convince Connor to come and talk. Qual results. You want the qual results? Yeah, I did that intentionally. That was not a cock up. I intentionally showing the qual results there, and then the race results here as well. That was an intentional choice by me. If you want the race results, here they are. Again, as he has come and joined me now, your eventual race winner, Connor Nixon, now in the booth. First of all, what up with the wobble twice? You don't say. Nearly ruining your own race there, Chief. A couple of times.
So, oh well.
Well, he says when he jumps in. My goodness, it's like he doesn't care or something. At one point, I described that as cracking under pressure, and then that makes sense for the first one, but the second one there, you're throwing it into the dipper behind lap traffic, and you chuck it off the road, son. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, I just put the throttle in too early, and that was it. It was in the normal gear and everything, and just lost it, and that was it.
All right. Well, F1 car, I suppose. It's got the torque. So yeah, it's gonna do that to you, I suppose. You were banging out fastest laps there pretty quickly towards the end. Did you see the tyre life at all? Because I know cars like this from experience in the past. You can murder the tyres something fierce if you're not careful. How do they feel in the conditions out there?
Yeah, look, when we crashed for the second time, before I crashed, they were pretty cooked. Like, I had to be pretty smooth on the throttle out of the corners. So, yeah, maybe that's why the tyre went, or just straight up skill. But, and then when I boxed for fresh tyres, it was just like, I turned in and it just turned. Like, it didn't have a fuss or anything. So, the tyres were definitely interesting. The only option was really softs. If you went mediums, because there's so much curvature in the road, you really can't do much on the mediums or the hards. So softs were the way, and went with that, and just took an extra pit stop. I saw Jamie didn't box at all. He literally stayed on the same softs the whole race. So I don't know how he did that. I struggled just on 12 lap old tyres on a soft. So 20 laps or more is it's pretty insane. 28 laps.
Yeah, incident with himself and it was Leslie Reeves on lap 5. They both had a moment together, and they chose to pit then. And yes, you said indeed for Jamie, he ran it all the way, which is a bold choice. Maybe explains why the pace differential was so tonight. But you were confident. You wanted to win. You thought you could win pretty comfortably when we happened to be talking while I was still setting up before the race started. You then only did it by the skin of your teeth qualifying pace-wise. Unfortunately, we lost Sam Cullen early on in that one. Actually, pardon me. He made it to lap 20, but unfortunately from there, that's a... Oh, sorry, no. He only did 12 laps. So, unfortunately, early bow out for Sam Cullen tonight.
Yeah, I saw him at turn 1, and then I didn't see him after that, really. I think he just got too much wheel spin on the inside, and that was it. And I was like, oh, that's a shame, because I was looking forward to it, because I've seen him coming up through the ranks through some leagues. So, it was interesting to see him getting around in gents now. So, hopefully, we see him around a bit more, because, he's definitely quick.
Yeah, well, I guess I was going to make this one a bit informal, but it would appear that a couple of guys sitting up in the Yarns chat, but I don't want to interrupt them in case they don't want to be on stream. So I'll let them sort of decide if they want to come down. Actually, I'll let Smicky know. That they can come and chat. But I'll just they want to stay off air, given this is an unofficial gents broadcast. But yes, it's a case
fun
of
car though. Really fun car.
What are the odds we might see you do some more of these, given that the car choice is completely random and we won't know until next Friday what next week would be?
Look, I'm having a bit of a break from.
Well, actually, that's a good point. I know that. Yeah. Why am I asking that question?
I'm having the old break, so just going light at the moment. So it's only just doing fun stuff at the moment. It's not really doing anything serious. So to push the body a little too hard, but this was fun. This was really good fun. Like, hopefully do gents on Monday, because that will be after my assessment, which I need to go and study for after this. So do gents a little bit more. Try and get into the formulas a little bit more. I do IndyCar, but I mean, I don't even know if you'd call them a formula. They drive completely different. Got a bit more weight, a lot more adjustments. So getting into like the full blown formulas. A lot of fun. A lot of grip though.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. There you go. Look, all good, Jamie. That's literally spur of the moment. One of my team members, fellow committee member, also Ben Woods, this afternoon, said that he was curious to see a stream of some sort if it was possible, and I knocked off work at about 2:30 this afternoon. So I said, you know what? I want to make up for last night, test a few things as well, for whether it's for GSRC, call this one a bit of a test case for using a different overlay program and some stuff we can do by going to YouTube Direct, such as being able to interact with the chat a little easier, on my end personally at least. But here we are. Unfortunately, we can't make this a guarantee every week. For example, next week I'm actually already booked to work Saturday night, so won't be able to do this again in 7 days' time from this side of the show. But if the interest is still there later on the season, and with the car options coming up, I'll certainly give it a fair shout, and maybe it's a chance to sort of experiment with a few new things as well for me as a broadcaster. So in that case, it's entirely down to what the cars are then for you, whether you'll try something like this again by the sense of it, Connor, as well as balancing everything else around.
Yeah, it seems like balancing everything is a bit of a juggling act, so still trying to juggle things, but yeah. Anyway, I've got to head off because I've got a lasagna to go and smash down, so that'll be good.
All right, well, thank you for joining me. Well done on winning, despite the fact you tried to throw it away.
Yeah, besides a couple of wobbles, but it's my type of driving, wobbles included.
Well, indeed. Go eat lasagna. I can annoy you later once I call this one a wrap.
So easy. Well, thank you, Dan. Thanks to the team and all the talking that we do in that chat while I'm going 300 kilometers across the top of the hill. Good fun. So, and thanks for the new soundboard, Dan.
New soundboard. Right. Okay.
You might want to go and have a quick look.
Well, we'll end this before I go and find out. Well, forewarned is forearmed or something, like that's the way that's meant to go or something. It's not particularly useful, though.
Yeah.
Great.
No.
Okay. Appreciate the warning, I suppose.
Yeah.
Thank you, Connor, for making this sort of a broadcast finish. And by the looks of things, we'll leave Matt, Rodney, and Scott to their yarn tonight here in the club Discord, and we'll call that one, I think, a wrap for this week. So thank you, folks, for joining me here tonight in the sort of impromptu stream, or whether you watch it back afterwards for the drivers who got involved, given that this was sort of, spur at the moment, test some things out in broadcasting for the first time in 4K, for example. So hopefully that quality has come through like I was aiming for, and it's a good test case for what I've now got in terms of internet as well as GPU and computer power to punch it together. So well done everyone for having a crack at it. Commiserations to those who unfortunately decided that one was tough and wrapped that one up a little earlier than expected. And yeah, of course, to Connor, Jamie, and Jeff of our podium tonight. Well done to you guys for being able to battle it out, brave it out. And yeah, Jamie, you're going to have to sort of tell the story another time, perhaps, of how you made the tyres work so carefully for yourself there, because that's definitely a little surprise, even from my experience. One last thing, even though it's not official, a quick little thanks to all of the club sponsors, which you can see rotating there at the bottom of that shop. Disruptive Labs, the club sponsor for season 2026A, as well as supporting the GT4 Series and GTE Challenge on Thursday and Friday nights, respectively. Waste Options continuing to support Monday night racing at GSRC with Wings and Slicks, Super Formula Lights, and GT3s. Once again, Trophy AI continuing to support the Supercars Series on a Wednesday night, and Flash Graphics as a club supporter, and John Simpson, long-time member of the club as well. If you want an iRacing livery, unfortunately not for a car like this Mercedes, but you can certainly go and chat to him about several things. Last but not least, the club itself, merch.tgsrci.com. Awesome club merch. There's also select team merch. The teams that have agreed to ask to and gotten shirts set up by the club as well. So there are some pretty cool options there for you to explore. With all of that said and done, my name has been Denny Yeaman, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make this a little something throughout the season when I can be home. And on that note, happy racing, take care, and we'll see you around for another stream, hopefully in the not too distant future. And I've got this one all starting to sort of set up. Peace out, folks. Have yourselves a lovely weekend.